Previously on the Dosyonkos podcast.
He's like on the ground, like Uri, Frida, like talking about the bullshit, and then he licks up off the floor, which is already gross. Back like we never left with another episode of the Dosyonkos podcast. It's your significant other's favorite podcasting duo, your boy SV, here with my man Deion Chapter. Deion, what's cracking?
Yo, boss. Another early morning hustle. So
another, bro. This is becoming a staple for us, bro.
It is.
Saturday early morning grind is here for us now. Bro.
I'm always dead, but
I know that us, but it's good to get the brain working in the morning. So
as long as it's
not too bad.
As long as it's working in the morning, like
hey, gotta get it flowing, bro. At least gotta try it to get the shit going. But yeah, your boys are back on the fucking grind. For the docket this week, we got regular weekly recap talking about Fire Force, One Piece. We're gonna chat a little bit about Boruto because some news about this shit popped off, so we're gonna have a little chat about young Boruto.
God, man.
I might talk a little bit about Fire Force because I've started rewatching it again, even though I've watched the first 3 seasons at least like 4 times. So your boy is starting it again.
You said you're gonna restart Fire Force?
No, Food Wars.
I was like, you gotta restart Fire Force. You watched the first 3 seasons. I'm like, damn, Sam out here in the future.
In the future, bro. I wish I could see what the hell's happening with fucking Show and shit. We haven't seen the guy in the whole season.
Or Show, man. Show's turning into Shanks right now.
Facts.
just to go to.
Like the fuck, bro.
What if that? I mean, they have like the same power, right? Oh, chill.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. It's honestly, Shanks' power might work the same way as Show's little universe that he slows down time in. Like literally, Shanks' shit might work the exact same way. Which would be fucking wild.
Shanks might be a pillar, you know what I'm saying?
He might have an Adola burst, bro, in fucking One Piece. Got an Adola burst, like I'm about to fuck everybody up.
Yo, man's so swagged out that he just has other anime powers. Just like he rolls up. What's that? I have an Adola burst. Everyone's like, Adola burst? Like,
fuck is Adola burst?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yo, check my cork out. It's like, you got a cork? Huh?
Bro. How do you think my man stopped Kaido from going to Wano, bro? He showed up like, yo, Kaido, I got an Adola burst. You not trying to fuck with me. Kaido, like, what the hell is that? He's like, good, that's right. You don't know what that is? So don't go to Wano. Don't go to Marineford, I mean.
Don't go ahead.
Just don't go anyway, bro. Just stay home. Stay home.
Yeah, that's too much. Oh, okay. So yeah, where were we? He said you rewatched Food Wars?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start first. I started rewatching Food Wars. It's too good. Like I was just randomly, like I always randomly watch these couple scenes on YouTube because they're so good. So I watched one of them from season 3, and then I'm like, boy, this scene was too good. So I started the whole thing. So I'm in season 1 again. So
that's dope.
But I think it's good because I think the anime finished. So I think like after this rewatch, I can just continue. So it's gonna be fucking good. I'm fucking hyped. Food Wars is so good. Yeah. So in the beginning, because it's in the ecchi genre or whatever, there's a lot of like lewd shit that's happened, like fucking girls' titties. Like there's one character who's like her titties just like she's like a Nami. You know how Nami doesn't wear a shirt? She wears just a bra.
Yeah. She's
like Nami. So she wears like a short ass shorts and like just a bra, but like her shit is out there. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like in the beginning of the series, that shit's a lot more like prominent.
Yeah.
But like as the story progresses and shit gets more serious, they do that thing, but it's not as wild. So like I told you before, there's a part where like the grandfather, his shit comes off, and it's so funny because he's so buff. And he eats some food and his shit just flies off and he's just there in a loincloth looking mad brolic. So there's like it's not like just the girls too, it's the guys too. So like it's definitely funny.
So there's a good mix then, right? Like
yeah, it's definitely a good mix.
It's not
and
like
if you're not into that kind of stuff, it definitely slows down like as you progress in the story because shit's obviously gets more serious.
Okay. I was gonna say it's not like Fire Force where the one girl who I always forget her name, but the cat girl.
Tamaki, yeah.
That's
Tamaki,
not
yeah.
Tamaki, right? Is it
No,
Tamaki?
that's Tamaki. The other girl is Maki, I think.
Is it Maki and Tamaki? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Tamaki. How
Yeah,
she just
I
like
believe
always
so.
her clothes are always falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
They have a whole episode
Yeah.
about that, bro.
Yeah, the
The
assassin
assault episode. Yeah, they have a whole episode on that shit. On like her clothes falling off because he can't beat her because of that shit. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole episode.
I cried when he's like,
I was
training.
dying.
He's like, I watch all the porn and stuff, and I was like,
I'm training to defeat the female body, and then he goes, "Oh no, it's different when someone I like." Like, yeah, it is, you dummy. Of course. Like, the fuck, are you stupid, bro? This man thought that he could watch some videos and he would defeat the real thing. Like, bro, once that real kitty shine on you, bro, you gonna collapse. Like, come on, bro.
I died. he's losing too much blood. Is he all right? Like the people are like there's people outside the doors guarding him.
Yeah,
training.
That shit is fucking funny.
That was
so yeah. Food Wars fucking good. I think the reason I think Food Wars, I like it so much, is because it's kind of in the same vein as like Eye Shield, where Eye Shield, the premise of the entire plot is so simple.
Yeah.
But everything around that plot makes everything better. So like the Food Wars plot is basically you just follow Soma, the main character, trying to graduate from this school, and it has like a 1% graduation rate. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to graduate from this culinary school, and that's the plot. But like the characters they build around him, the music, and all that just adds to everything and makes it so good. Even though the plot is like not complicated at all in the slightest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just how they build the characters and the music, it's just so good.
I tend to throw those type of anime in the section of relatability, and
yeah, for sure.
Because you can relate to this, it's a little bit easier to connect and view it. Like I can't connect to a Great Ninja War, but maybe like if I was in like World War I,
exactly.
Like I might be able to understand like the feelings that they're trying to portray in Naruto, right? Yeah. Or in like, I'm trying to think of another like goated anime. I mean, like Bleach. I really can't. I'm not a Ghostbuster out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? Yeah, for sure.
But I've cooked food and I've played sports, so when Senna gets hype over learning a new move, I understand that at its rare form. Like I've done that. So
yeah,
so it definitely changes. Like you said, it's a little bit because the plot is simple, but you also can understand like the excitement behind tasting something good.
Right, exactly. You can understand, like, even if you haven't done it before, you can understand, like, watching somebody just try and tweak different things to make it better, and then finally reaching that. Like, you can obviously, you know, you've done something where, like, you've been trying to get to this point or make this thing better, and then you got there. Like, you can obviously relate to that, and that's, like, the whole Food Wars thing. Like, they have some challenge. He has to have a shogeki against somebody. They have some theme. And he spends 2 days trying to make the best whatever. And then you can obviously relate to that because anyone in their life has spent days, if you in school, whatever, spend days trying to make something better. You know what I'm saying? It's like easily relatable.
Well, I mean, I am a generation who grew up watching Iron Chef. Iron Chef and Iron Chef America. So I've watched both.
Bro, that's just really some Food Wars shit, bro. Iron Chef is literally like a shogeki in fucking Food Wars. They just battle it out. They both cook a meal, and whoever wins wins. That's literally what it is.
That's what it was.
Exactly. It's tight.
Secret ingredient is water. It's
that's literally exactly what it is.
That's dominant. So yeah, if y'all grew up on Food Wars, not for Food Wars.
Iron Chef.
Yeah, if you guys grew up on Iron Chef, Food Wars is where it's at. So that's dope. Anything else?
My recap, read One Piece. It's fucking fire. 4 chapters away from 1,000, so we're fucking moving. Ooh. Shit's just fucking going crazy. So yeah, read that shit. read Solo Leveling. It was on break this week, so I haven't read the new chapter, but read that shit too. But yeah.
Ideal.
Pretty much it for me.
I've heard really good things about Solo Leveling, not only from you, but in the Twitterverse and the TikTok verse.
Man,
so
it's so good. It's so good.
It looked good when I was watching your stream and you're like reading it. I was like, "Oh, this looks great."
Man, I can't wait for it to get animated. Like I'm just hoping it doesn't like drop the ball like God of High School, bro. That's my only like that's it. Like the 1% of me is in the back of my mind because it is the same kind of like Korean manga. So I'm like, boy, they cannot drop the ball on Solo Leveling. I would be devastated. I would be devastated.
And in God of High School's defense, I don't think they would have dropped the ball if they would have just made it 24 episodes.
Right, I feel you.
Like if they would have gave us 12 more episodes, I would have been straight with it. But like they didn't do what Attack on Titan did. They didn't have it compressed enough to where we understood. It was literally like I always forget the guy's name. I want to call him Jim Mori. I want to call him Jenny Maru.
Jenny Maru.
Jin Mori. He went from being obviously he's like the main character, but he went from being like super strong to like really strong. And there was no understanding, and then it went from like one fight to like fighting an arch villain. And like they just didn't introduce him well enough. So but all the other stuff that came along with it, the soundtrack, the fight, like the animation is some of the best animation I've ever seen.
Yeah, I feel you.
But if you're a plot person, you're gonna never watch this.
Your boy.
Yeah. Like you'll watch one episode and be like, the pilot is so good. Remember how up on it I was?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I think. If they just I don't think Solo Leveling will be able to drop it unless they come out with like a 12 episode season. And then you'll be upset. Yeah, right. Because I feel like that's something you can't fit in 12 episodes. Like imagine a whole
unless they break, because like the first season, like the Korean mangas come out in seasons or whatever. Even though it's chapters, they come out in seasons. So the first season of Solo Leveling was like 123 chapters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way you can fit that into 12 episodes. So if they happen to break season 1 of the manga into like half, and they do 12 and 12 for one season, that might be fine. But fitting 123 chapters into 12 episodes would not work at all.
Yeah. That sounds terrible.
We'll see. I'll be so sad.
I'd be sad for you, boss, because I know how much you love that.
But that's it for my fucking recap. Watch iShield still going ham.
Fact.
But that's pretty much it.
I like it. Yeah, my recap is a little slower. Finished up Jujutsu Kaisen. That, like I said, woo! Everybody who's watching, because Sam hasn't got there yet, all I'm going to say is, woo! Whoa, man. Wow.
So has it finally gotten there for you yet? Because I know you were kind of lukewarm on the shit. So did it kind of it finally ramped up for you?
It revved up. It went.
Okay.
Yo, the man. Yo, I don't even have words to describe how dope the scene is, and I just gonna leave it at the mind literal and figuratively mind blown. I feel like a little bit of foreshadowing. I feel like I went into the void.
Word. Shit. The fucking void, dude. It's crazy.
So y'all need to get up on this Jujutsu Kaisen. It was a little slow, and their fight scenes aren't drawn out, and that's the thing. But I kind of like that because it shows the power gap a little bit between each character, and I'm so used to people having. I think DBZ really like set that up, and I'm biased towards people fighting for 4 episodes in a row, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
because in real life, like fights don't last for 3 hours. There's no 3-hour battles. Even One Piece is like that too. Like Luffy can fight a guy for 4 episodes.
At least with One Piece, they'll break away from the fight. Like they won't have One Piece fought Katakuri for over 16 hours, but they don't show you Luffy fighting him for 16 hours in like 10 episodes.
Yeah,
like they'll show Luffy fighting for like a scene, and then dip off and be like, yeah, Luffy's still fighting. Don't forget. He's still fighting, but we're going to go over here.
Yeah, we're going to go check up on Zoro.
Right.
Zoro? He's in Fishman Island.
He's fucking lost.
Lost.
Fucking
so, yeah. That's popping. And I think, like I said, I think I've just been biased because of like Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z. Just how all the fight scenes are always like drawn out and forever.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? Yeah, watch Eye Shield. I'm pretty deep in Eye Shield. I finished season 2 now, and I'm almost like 12 episodes into season 3.
Damn.
Yeah, they're getting right into the tournament, and I just found Kong. Is it Argon Kong?
Oh
yeah.
Fuck. This is a good arc. This is a good arc. The Shin Ryuji arc is so good.
It's Shinra. Wait,
Shinryuji, yeah. Shinryuji Dragon? Yeah, Shinryuji Naga? Whatever,
Nagas, yeah. Shinryuji Nagas. God, this dude, yo. Honestly, I thought
Agon is fucking crazy.
Yes, he's
crazy.
I don't know what's going on with him because this boy just rolls up and he's murdering people, and everyone's like he's murdering people. I'm like, why is he murdering people? Yo, Mushi put the foot on him, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he'll pop this boy out. He was so tight,
bro.
He was tight.
I'm telling you,
kicked a can through a wall, bro. He got the
Shin Ryuji arc is fucking good, bro. Really good.
It's nut. This dude's crazy. So I want to know what's going on with him because he seems like too much.
Yeah,
like too extra.
Yeah, he's a lot.
Yeah, and I told you. Yo, this dude, what's his name? The dude from the Ojo White Knights. Shin, yeah. He one-shot a bear, dude. What's going on? He pushed the bear.
Bro, we shouldn't be surprised because we saw him one-shot a boar earlier in the season.
But boy, a boar versus a bear.
Progression, bro. Progression. First, he was training. He had to one-shot the bear. He been training, doing one-armed fucking pull-ups like no one's other, and then he can one-shot a bear now. Spear tackle, nigga. Spear tackle. Come on.
He broke the bear's neck, yo. I was like, stop.
You gotta understand, Shin's a literal caveman. Shin might be in Tokyo with technology, but he's a caveman.
Yeah. Monkey King Empire for real.
Facts. He belongs there.
He does.
He would be the top executive, bro.
He would be the top. He'd be the right
top. There would be no way to win. If Shin is part of Monkey King Empire, Senku can just give up.
Yeah, they
just give up.
Damn, get punched just one shot by
dead. Dead.
You got team members who can one shot bears and lions. Like
literally, the man runs a 4.340. He can one shot a bear. Like you're dead.
Yeah, you're just actually dead all rounds, bro.
Just finished.
And One Piece getting popping. And yeah, that's pretty much was my recap for the week. Just some good anime, and finishing up the stuff that I didn't get to because we've been doing the Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I feel you.
A mean hustle. But that brings us into what was our conversation? We were in the captains. Are we calling it the captain's convo or the captain's corner?
I think it's captain's corner.
All right,
I think the captain's corner should be good. Yeah, I don't know. We figure out some name of it. We figure out some official name for that shit. Yeah,
I like it though. Sam said there was some news about Boruto because I was just clowning on it, saying that it sucked so much in the captain's corner.
Yeah, so we were just talking about Boruto, whatever. Deion was ranting about how shitty it is. I'm inclined to agree because I'm not fully caught up, and I was watching up until the Momoshiki and Naruto and Sasuke fight. That one fight I watched up, and then I dropped it after that fight because I was like, there's no way this show can get better than what I just saw. The tag team fight between Naruto and Sasuke versus this guy is so good that I'm like, there's no way this show can get any better. So I just dropped it. So I haven't watched it in a while. But I was on Twitter and I saw that the original mangaka of Naruto, Kishimoto, is taking over writing Boruto now. Because originally Kishimoto was just consultant or whatever, and some other guy was writing Boruto. But now, for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, Kishimoto's taking over.
Because
that's probably why.
Like,
but Kishimoto's taking over, so we'll see if Boruto gets better.
I don't want to be mean like that.
From what I hear, I've been hearing it's been on the up, but I don't know because the shit people tell me that it's on the up doesn't really do anything for me. They're like, "Oh, Kakashi is training Boruto." I'm like, so? Is that supposed to make me interested just because you say that one fact? Like, that doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. And they're like, oh, he went back in time and saw what? I'm like, bro, these don't sound interesting, though. You know what I'm saying?
That time travel stuff is stupid.
Yeah, that's just weird.
So I remember how I said there's one thing that will lose me.
And going back in time.
Yeah, and they did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so dumb, bro. Like, there's no need for any of this. Just make it so they fight each other with eye powers. Like have Sadara like master the whatever it's called, the Lotus something, or what's the thing that Tsunade and Sakura have? The
healing, the little thing on her forehead, the 1,000 healing, whatever.
Let's have her have that with the increased strength and the Sharingan, where she's super strong and she'll read your moves and punch you clean through the chest. Like, let that just be a thing. Don't be making it no more than it has to. And I always love the joke. They're like, how can you be an Uchiha and need glasses? Like, stop playing. Like,
I never thought about that. That's so funny.
Like that's a flavor fail. Like, no Uchiha ever needed glasses, and how are you the first Uchiha? Like Sakura sucks so much that no Uchiha in history needed glasses, and somehow she made an Uchiha need glasses. Like,
bro, I didn't think about that. That's so funny.
Flavor fail, bro.
That's so funny.
Sakura got the fuzzy sickness out here.
OD, bro. Like, that shit is so funny. But like, I think the main thing I think they dropped the ball with Boruto is they tried keeping the same world but changing everything about it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like, we're used to this world being like a war-torn world. Like, shit is bad in Naruto. And like, villages are against each other. There's no type of peace, you know what I'm saying? So that's where like niggas is really throwing hands in Naruto because of that. Because they're always going somewhere trying to deal with somebody else trying to do some fuckery. But whereas Boruto, shit is quote unquote peaceful now. So there's no real conflict. So what the conflict we're watching is like Boruto having to save some kid or whatever. Like, yeah, compared to we watching Naruto as the same age save towns and countries, it's not the same. Like, it don't hit the same, bro. And it would be different if they made this world far in the future. But it's like 6 years or like 10 years past the end of Naruto. The time has not, like, it's not far enough.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, the world has no conflict for what we're used to. The conflicts in this Boruto world are like legit child's play.
Yeah.
Compared to shit we saw in Naruto. And that's why it's a disconnect, bro, because we want something like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's
we've seen that be possible because we've seen Naruto at the same age as Boruto do shit like that. But they're not gonna give Boruto the chance to even do shit like that because the world is different. You know what I'm saying? That's the main disconnect, I think, for me, is that like the world is not what it used to be, which changes the whole premise of the show. So they're trying to write Boruto the same way as Naruto, even though it's fundamentally completely different. Even though it's in the same world, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's at least for me, that's what I felt like when I was watching it.
Yeah, like for me, I was talking to Taylor about this the other night. It's just forced drama. They're making forced, like, oh no, my cat's gone. Can you save my cat? It's like, oh man, we got to save another cat. This isn't real ninja missions. It's like, that's not, like, even though like I get where you're trying to get at, like you said, like they're talking about old missions where they were fighting humans, and now people are doing cat duties.
Right.
But the point is, you still made me watch a 5-minute scene about them saving a cat.
Right.
I don't care. Like Naruto was killing cats.
Yeah.
Daily. You know, the only cat that was needed to be saved was the first Jinchuriki, okay? And and spoilers, she didn't get saved. Like,
Facts.
So yeah, I'm with that. So that's dope. I hope they fix it, because it was one of those things they could have went anywhere and done anything better than what they did.
Yeah.
And like had, you know, Sasuke and Naruto holding it down against other villages and having like mixed kids of the Boruto and, you know, the Hyuga clan, and doing all this crazy stuff and doing the exact same thing, except for they still fight other villages.
Yeah, exactly. like there has to be some kind of like overarching conflict, bro. And like in Naruto, like there wasn't a real, until the end, there wasn't a real overarching conflict, but like there was always the threat of we're like at war with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit could pop off. Somebody could come attack us anytime, so we got to be ready. Or like someone can go attack somewhere near us, and we got to be ready. Whereas Boruto, there's no incentive to be ready for these things, because like they've been peaceful. And even the thing, when you have niggas like Naruto and Sasuke, why do the kids have to be ready? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're saying. Back in the Naruto days, they had to be ready because niggas was strong. Like the Hokage and shit, like the third was strong, but compared to Naruto and Sasuke now, they're a blip on the radar compared to Naruto and Sasuke's power.
They're both gods.
Exactly. They're literally like walking gods. So why do these kids have to be ready to go to war when I have Jesus and Jesus number 2 over here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Right? So that's where I'm like, it's a disconnect, bro, with the whole thing.
We got off on a tangent on Boruto, but it needed its piece.
Before it did need to get the shit out of it, because it's been slacking.
It has. All right, so
fucking slack.
Let's get into the main meat. So the main meat today is the Attack on Titan full recap. We are giving you everything you need to know about Attack on Titan before you watch season 4. So this is kind of like the overall breakdown, the rundown, the main points that you need to understand. So, as always, me and Sam wrote nothing about this.
The classic.
The classic. But I mean, it's pretty easy. So, in season 1, what you need to know: Aaron's mom gets snacked on, bro.
Even before that, what you should know is that where our main characters are living, they're living in these walls that supposedly all of humanity is taking refuge in. Mm-hmm. And they're hiding from these things called Titans, which literally just eat people. So these Titans are out the walls, and they're just protected by these 3 walls or whatever. But one of the walls gets broken. Not even one, both of them. Two of the walls gets broke up.
Yep.
The gate and the shit. So in the first episode, you see a 60-meter Titan come through, kick the wall, and then you see some other armored Titan come through and run through the gate or whatever. So that causes the Titans to be able to get into the walls, which obviously causes chaos. They're obviously murdering everybody, which leads to Aaron's mom getting snacked.
All right, and just to let you all know, that was the first episode. So you're
that's literally the first episode. Literally the first episode.
Yeah. Just like Sam said, for all those who maybe this is your first episode, he gave you a little bit of a breakdown on that. And you said, so Titans eat humans. Humans are afraid of Titans.
Yep.
They're trying to find a way to live peacefully. And like he said, they broke the wall. They're in the walls now. And we're following the three Yonkos themselves. We're following Eren Yeager, Mikasa. Is it Ackerman?
Yeah.
Did I say that right? And Armin. What's Armin's last name?
Armin Arlette.
Armin Arlette?
Yeah, Arlet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Arletto.
and Armin, and they're just like the squad, bro. They really are the squad.
From the jump.
Yeah, even the young bloods, they're just squadding up. So, I mean, the first season was once again just popping off. Like it was super strong.
Yeah.
I would have to say what need to know that. What would be some main points that
they need to know? They need to know that they joined the military. So Eren, after they take refuge into the next wall, which is Wall Rose, right? It's Wall Maria. Wall Rose. Maria Rose Cena, right?
I think so. Let me see.
Yeah, Maria's the first wall that. I think Maria is the first wall that breaks, the outermost wall. Wall Maria.
Here, you keep going. I'm gonna look them up right now.
Yeah. So after the wall where their town is breaks and the Titans come in, Eren, obviously as they're going into the next section to like take refuge in, Eren makes it declare that he's gonna kill all the Titans. So because of this declaration, that's his main motivation for the whole story, is that him seeing his mother pass makes him want to obviously destroy all these Titans so they can live peacefully. So with that goal in mind, the three of them, Mikasa, Eren, Armin, all join the military because they want to, be able to protect and kill the Titans or whatever. So they join the military, and it's just for a couple episodes, it's them going through training or whatever. And then we meet a few people from their squad, people important like Connie, Sasha, John, Reiner, Bertolt, Annie, Marco,
Coney.
Like, so I say Connie, yeah. So like we meet all the main players that are gonna be like in their squad, basically.
Yeah, that was a big setup for sure. And I just looked it up. So Wall Maria is the big wall that encompasses everything. Then it goes Wall Rose.
Okay, so
and then Wall Senna is the third innermost wall.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So then they're in the military police. You understand that there's a different branch, so you can either be a scout or you can be a military policeman, which is
there's three branches.
What was it? It was military police.
There's military police. There's the scouts, and then there's the garrison. The garrison, they're the people who are on top of the walls, and they like shoot the cannons and stuff like that.
That's a whack ass team, bro.
Yeah, but they do have Pixis though, which is the commander who's tight. So he's the leader of the garrison. So Pixis is saucy.
Yeah, he's just different though.
Yeah, true.
He's just real different. So I mean, pretty much. When did stuff pop off with Eren though? Was that episode 5? Was it that quick?
It might be because don't they attack again Trost, right? That's season 1, right? Trost?
Yeah, season 1 is
yeah, so that's after they I think they graduate from the cadets, but they haven't picked their squad, their like their branch yet. And they're in Trost, and then the Colossal shows up again.
Yeah, that's in season 5, and Eren and
episode 5, yeah,
and Eren tries to and this is the part where you need to know that Eren and Mikasa are different because everyone freezes when they see the Colossal Titan, and Eren and Mikasa instantly just try to fight him, like instantly
on his bumper, quick, bro,
super quick. Bro. With the legit quickness, man. OD fast.
Wow.
But yes, so season 1 you find out that I think it's episode 6. You find out Eren's a Titan because Eren gets snacked on in the fight.
Yeah, he gets snacked. Yeah,
that's huge, right?
Because at that point you think he's dead. At that point you're like, oh, Eren just died.
Yeah, and then, which is weird to me, right? And I guess they explained why Eren didn't die right away. Because he didn't get his spinal fluid ate.
He got swallowed whole.
Yeah.
He didn't get chomped. And there was some other guy, like when he's in the Titan's stomach, there's some other guy who's alive still. Because he got swallowed whole also. You know what I'm saying? So he just got chomped and he just got swallowed.
But that's what they... So this is for later. But we can talk about it now because thankfully we're going to speak about everything. So I remember when when they were like, you can eat a shifter to change into a shifter. I'm like, well, why didn't the first Titan turn into a shifter?
Right.
But he didn't eat Aaron's, and they said that you have to eat their spinal fluid.
Yeah.
So the guy didn't break his spinal fluid.
Yeah, that's why he didn't.
Yeah.
He only cut a bit off his arm, so he wouldn't have gotten any of that. Yeah.
All right. So I was like, okay, but like that was really close. That was like really close to being a epic fail on the part of attack. And it's still kind of there. It's still kind of like on a fail because that still makes zero sense to me. Like, oh, he just so happened to not be eaten correctly. Like that's some stupid shit. You know? like, nah, the dude with the beard is now a Titan who can shit. He's in my opinion, bro. He's power level 9,000. Like that was false to me.
That's just funny.
That was real. Funny. So we find out that Eren can shift. Yeah. And then we find out Armin has the biggest brain in the game. And the Shook captain too, bro. That guy pissed me off. This season 1, bro.
Yeah, that shit got me tight. But yeah, that part's even before. So like that, we find out that Eren's a shifter. Yep. People obviously find out because he ends up fighting these Titans, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why is a Titan fighting Titans now?" And then they finally like see Eren come out of the Titan body, and they're obviously shook. Like, what the hell? A human came out of a Titan. So they're obviously shook. Mm-hmm. And then they try to capture him or whatever. But then the scouts end up taking him and using his powers to try and reclaim the Wall Maria. So that's their whole objective, is using Eren's Titan powers to take back the wall that they just lost. Or whatever. So that's their objective. But during this fight in Trost, a lot of shit went down, and we also see one of our main boys ends up dying, Marco, and no one knows why. So this is a mystery that's throughout the 3 seasons so far. It's until season 3 we don't get an answer for this mystery, and it's like in episode 7 of season 1. Yeah, with Marco dying, and we don't know what happened because John finds his body and it's just burned, and no one knows like what the fuck happened.
Yeah, that was one of those weird things, like. He was just like, what happened to Marco? And like, why is he here without his stuff? Like, it was a weird scenario, right? Because you're just like, what the hell, man? Like,
what the hell happened?
Yeah, and it was like a lingering question, which gets answered. So,
yeah, for sure. So that's a big question too. Like, what the fuck happened to Marco?
Yeah. Oh, geez, that was like one of the biggest joints.
Yeah.
And then did they figure out? Let me see. Did they figure out? On plugging the hole in they figured out how to plug the hole in this scene, right? In this like episode.
Yeah, and the Trost hole. Yeah, they do. Yeah. It's in that set of episodes. They figure it out. Like he carries a big ass boulder or whatever.
Yeah. So what episode is that?
I'm not sure. It's in season 1 though.
Season 1. Episode 13, Primal Desires.
Yeah.
So then again, Armin, big brain, figures a way out how to possibly save the wall by plugging up a hole using Eren's Titan ability, and that's what made them not really want to kill Eren.
Yeah.
So Eren plugs the hole, and he learns how to subtly control his Titan powers. He struggled with it. Yeah. So that's pretty much like a breakdown of like the first like 13 episodes. Mikasa is obviously a cold blood killer. She was going to kill the whole unit.
So yeah, that shit was funny.
That was wild to me.
She was really about that life, bro.
Yeah, she's like there's about 100 of my.
She's about that life though. Since a young kid. I don't know if they explained this in season 1 or 2. What happened with her and Eren when they were kids. So long story short, because of who Mikasa is, she was getting kidnapped and trying to get trafficked or whatever, and Eren ended up saving her life, and they ended up murdering 2 people together or whatever. So that's why they're built differently, because these niggas have literally taken a life from like age 7.
Yeah, three people
trying to survive. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was wild. So to touch on that, Sam, Mikasa is Asian, and she's an Archman, which was supposedly they were getting killed because they couldn't be controlled by the king.
Yeah.
So they were getting pretty much just straight genocide.
Yeah.
And they wanted her because she was obviously a rare individual inside the walls.
Right.
And yeah, Aaron came in and stabbed the guy in the chest with a knife spear, and then the other guy just stabbed the guy in the chest first, and then stabbed the other guy with a knife spear.
Yeah.
And then Mikasa's like, "There's a third guy."
Yeah.
And then Aaron gets slumped, bro. He got just, and he's getting choked.
Yoked up, bro.
Choked out. And he's like, "You gotta fight." And as soon as he said those words to Mikasa, her brain started glitching. She entered the Matrix, bro.
Big facts, bro.
And bam. Yeah, and then they murdered a third person.
Yeah. Like it had to be done, bro. Like it had to be done. Like, what are you gonna do in that situation? It had to be done.
Yeah. But what killed me about that is, like, when you think about this too, the other thing they said, remember when the police came in and they said, so he got stabbed through the back, through the heart, through the back, and then he goes, "Is that even possible?" 7-year-old girl stabbed a grown man in the back all the way through the front of his chest. And they were like, "Is that even possible?" They're like, "These two kids did that?" So that's kind of how they probably got off of murder, because it's like,
nah, they didn't do it. That's not possible.
Yeah, like, so that was bananas. We meet Levi, episode season 1. So
yes,
so
sir.
you need to know who Levi is. Levi's
definitely
baddest dude in the series.
Definitely.
And yeah, there's just, and then what? We find out there's some collusion and some spies within the scouts. No, it's not. It's both. Right? It's just they're in the military. There's
in the military. Yeah. In the military.
There's spies and people who are Titans who can shift in the military. So you just need to know that this becomes a thing, and pretty much like what Annie's a Titan. We find out Annie's a Titan.
Yeah, so we should. So they, after this whole thing happens, they try to use Aaron's Titan to go back to his hometown to plug the wall. So they make their first excursion out of the walls to get there, but then they get seen by this aberration or whatever, or this abnormal Titan. I don't think it's an aberration. That's Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah. This abnormal, I feel like they have a name for it. This abnormal Titan, whatever. They see it, and it's a female Titan, and she's booking it, and she's murdering everybody. And then we come to find out that female Titan is actually Annie, who's part of the cadets at this point.
Yeah.
So there's a whole thing of her trying to capture Eren. So there's a whole thing trying to capture Eren. She's trying to fucking find this guy. Armin has another big brain moment.
Yeah. And
like usual. Galaxy brain. He has another big brain moment.
But even before that too, before Armin had big brain moment, Commander Erwin. So Commander Erwin's also a big player in this. And True. He's the commander of the scouts.
Yeah.
And he had a big brain moment too. So there's just two gigantic brains just working against a lot of other smooth brains in the.
Yeah, fact. The two biggest brains, and they're always like bouncing off each other, bro. And it's so good to see them talk and figure stuff out, because they are legit probably the two smartest in the verse.
Easy to
who's like the only one who can come close to them is Hanji. And even her, she's like a tier below. She's a tier below Armin and Erwin.
Her brain is like geared different. It's like wired differently.
Yeah.
So she's like she's like doing science experiments. Like she's a scientist, but they're like problem solvers. Like,
right. Yeah.
It's a weird geniuses. Yeah. But it's like a weird mix because they think of like things that other people will never think of, and like not even like tactics. They're like, oh, why would I say this, or why would that person act like this, or like Armin's like just picking up on body cues. But Hanja's sole mission is to understand Titans, so she's researching Titans, which is just kind of like a different. But yeah, she's still like a tier below both of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so we see this Titan chasing after Eren or whatever. So she ends up finding Eren. She gets some kind of information. We don't know. We know why, because someone who's in cahoots with her gives her information on where Eren is. We'll talk about that later because they reveal who this person is.
Yeah.
In season 2.
You can say it right now. That's how I was doing. This wasn't like a recap of each one. It was just like, this is what you need.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she gets some information on where Eren is, because they're in a formation to kind of Reiner. Because when we first watched it, we didn't know, but upon a rewatch, we can see the subtle hints of them being suspect.
Yeah, like it's pretty blatant. Sometimes it's like real blatant.
Like there's a part where they talk about the armor Titan, and then the scene like pans to Reiner's face. So like, if you put 2 and 2 together, like they just talked about the armor Titan, and then they showed Reiner. Like,
I want to know what episode that's in, because I also wanted to say that too. They did that when they were walking down the stairs to fight the Titans that got into the into like the storage unit.
Yeah. And
someone's like, well, what's the Titans? Like, we know their weaknesses are neck. And then Reiner's like, well, that's not their only weakness.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, another weakness? And then Bertolt's like, huh, are you going to really make an ass joke right now? Trying to cover it up. But this boy was really about to just like, give away.
Yeah. I remember that shit too. He was going to say that they're Achilles. He's going to say they're Achilles, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That they can't walk or whatever. Yeah. So he was going to spill the beans, but Bertolt played off. So yeah. So she gets the information from Reiner, and then she makes off to get Eren. So they find Eren, and she is just murdering people.
Yeah,
and the way they figure out that she's a shifter, again, I think Armin says this again, big brain. He figures out that abnormal is a shifter because of the way she's moving and killing people. Like, she's killing niggas with intent. She hasn't eaten anybody. You know what I'm saying? She's just killing them. So that's how he knew that she was different and probably intelligent. Oh yeah, they call shifters intelligent Titans. We just call them shifters or whatever.
But so they don't get there yet. That's later in season 3.
Later.
Call them shifters. At that point, they call them an intelligent Titan.
Yeah. So we see her, and she's over here like killing niggas with intent, like swinging niggas like yo-yos, like slamming them into trees. Like, she's wilding.
Yeah, and so she knew she knew how the ODM gear worked too.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, we know that like there was something up. Yeah. So yeah, she's chasing Eren. Eren, after basically his whole squad gets destroyed, they end up kind of capturing Annie. Mm-hmm. She escapes. Then her and Eren fight. The fight, Eren loses, but he realizes he knows who the female is, and then they go back with a failed mission or whatever. But then shit pops up again. They get into the walls, and once they realize it's Annie, they set up a trap for her.
Yeah, didn't work.
Didn't work. She transforms. Her and Eren get to fighting in this district, destroy the whole town. They end up capturing Annie. Because Eren, without the man is a force of nature when it comes to just willpower. He just wills his way to beating Annie. Mikasa has one of the coldest lines ever, and they capture her.
Yep, and that was it for season. That's 1.
And that's season 1. Yeah.
Season 2 was the shortest season, right?
Yeah, but a lot of shit happens.
But a lot of stuff happens. That's when we see the Beast Titan. So there's a Beast Titan. Beast Titan can talk and control other Titans. So we think. We're not sure yet. and that's what I like. We're not sure, but Beast Titan was like is walking around. They think he's an abnormal. Like, oh, that's a really like large. He's huge. He's bigger than the other.
Massive,
gigantic.
Massive. He's probably second to only the Colossal.
Yeah, and
the Colossal is 60 meters. He's probably like 40 or 50. He's fucking huge.
Is he that big? Was
the
he
Colossal is 60 meters, so he might be like 30 or 40 meters. He's huge.
Yeah. Okay. I remember they saying like that's a huge abnormal over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So this dude, they drop his scene where he talks. So now it blows your mind, right? Like you're like, all right.
Yeah.
But anyway, you find out that the Beast Titan can now like talk. He understands people. He takes this guy's ODM gear.
Yeah, he's there for answers. Yeah. So he takes it just for research. So that's how you know, like, this Beast Titan is different. Because I don't think, does he even kill that guy? No. He lets him live, I think, right? No, he just takes OD. He does kill him. Okay, yeah.
He takes the ODM gear and says, so he's like talking to the guy. He's like, I think we speak the same language.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk, and then he just takes his ODM gear, and he goes, all right. He commands the other Titans to eat him.
Oh, yeah.
He starts like screaming. He goes, see, I thought that you could speak. And then he just sounds crazy.
He's a savage.
Fucking gross, man. It was so gross, dude. So yeah, he went hard on that. So yeah, Beast Titan, wildness.
Crazy.
Was season 2? Season 2 was the Coney and the Sasha.
Yeah.
Moments, right? And that's where you find out that Coney goes to his hometown to see his family, like, because the Titans, quote unquote, broke in.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And really, it was something going on. And Coney's mom was a Titan. Well, we all know it's his mom.
Turns to a Titan, yeah.
And we see, like, that they can't, she has little legs and little arms. And, like, how could this Titan get here? And there's no bodies anywhere. There's no blood anywhere. But there's no people in the
town either. Yeah.
In the town either. And guess who comes in trying to tell Coney that he heard nothing? This goddamn dude Reiner, bro. This motherfucker, he's always doing this, bro. And
always sus, bro. Always sus.
And on the rewatch, you just know. You're just like, by this point, you're just like, yo, Reiner, you're just doing too much all the time.
Yeah. Like, by this time, you know.
Yeah. So, and overall, season, yes, you find out that, you know, Titans are being like maybe made or something. You're getting like mixed signals. Yeah. And then was this Historia? Was this when Amir became a Titan? Was that was 29, right?
That was season 2. Yeah.
That was season 2, 28.
In the tower or whatever.
Yeah. So all this nonsense. Historia is actually royalty. We find that out, and then we find out Amir is like some fishy shit because she was reading once again some anchovies in a different language. And Reiner asked her, like, how do you even know this language? Like, this is so old. So you start thinking Amir's weird. Then Amir's also now a shifter. Yeah. She shifts, saves all the units. She's like, I don't get it. I don't know how I'm like this, but I know I'm like this. He's like fighting people. And then episode 31 comes that much quicker. And it is the best episode in the season.
Is this Warrior?
Yep, it's Warrior, boss.
Man. You know it's a good episode when you remember the title. Like, you know it's a good when as soon as you said 31, I'm like, oh, Warrior, right? Like, yeah. The episode is that good. So, like, bro, this is the episode where they reveal that Reiner and Bertolt are indeed sus. And they are indeed Reiner is the Armor Titan and Bertolt is the Colossal. And the episode is so good just by how they reveal how they're Titans.
Let them know, man. Let them know.
It's so good. I know we gush about this in our season 2 review, but like, whoever directed this scene or this episode deserves a raise because the direction is legit flawless. So they're on top of the wall or whatever, and they're trying to do some shit. And then Reiner has something where he's just like, bro, fuck it. We're going to take this guy now. And he just has a disconnect where he's just like, we're going to do this now. And Bertolt's like, really? And he's like, yeah. And then he starts telling Eren that they're Titans.
Yeah,
but the way the scene,
beans, bro.
Yeah, spilling is everything. But the way the scene is framed, it's in the background. So it's a wide shot. They're small all the way on the right, and Mikasa's there on the left. And they're all talking about getting supplies, and that's in the forefront of the scene. But in the back, you just hear Reiner talking about, yeah, we're Titans, and you got to come with us, and all this shit. And obviously, Eren's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, Eren's the best scene, like the best verse. I want to say verse. He spit the hottest bar for me. He's like, dude. He's like, you really think like. He's like, I know you're telling the truth, but like, you really think I was just gonna be like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's kick it.
Yeah.
Like, oh. He goes, nah, bro.
He's like, no, like y'all killed my mother. Like, the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I'm just gonna go with you?
Yeah.
Nah. So at that point, Mikasa hears this, and then before they even get the chance, she's on their bumper,
dude.
Slices my man's Reiner's arm off, cuts the man Bertolt's neck.
They pretty much get a battle royale between Eren and Reiner. So like we said, like that gave me hella goosebumps because we figure out that Reiner's just like got a split personality. And then we find out that when they killed Marco, that's
when he had to break.
And that's when he had to break. Early.
Yeah, that's season 1.
Yeah, that's season 1, like episode 2.
They were still
5?
Cadets, bro. I don't think they had even joined the Scouts yet. They were still cadets at that point.
No, I think they just joined the Scouts because remember they said you can choose where you. Oh no, they didn't. No, you're right. They were cadets.
They hadn't gotten the chose yet. Yeah, they were cadets still.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So man's already was slacked hard. He lost his joint. So Ymir gives a background of what's going on. So she says that there was a civilization she was a part of. We don't know where it is, but we know now it's it's over Marley
or whatever.
Marley. She was trying to say she was Ymir, which is the queen or royal blood.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're not, and they iced her real quick.
Yeah.
They put a stop to that shit.
Of course.
You find out that the church is keeping secrets about the Titans. Oh, there's Titans in the walls too. That was in season 1. We forgot to mention that.
Oh, last episode season 1. Yeah,
last episode season 1. So there's Titans in the walls. So now we're like, everyone's just like, there's so much stuff that's going on. That's kind of like messing with people.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to save Eren. They find Eren. They chase down Reiner and Bertolt. Mikasa gives Bertolt a Titan. And I like to make a point to this. I know I say this every single episode, but I really just love saying this. Mikasa is a human being. And she had 3, not 1, not 2, not 3. She did not only have arguably the most powerful Titan, which is the Colossal Titan, and Armor Titan, and Ymir, which we know is the Jaw Titan. I don't know if that's like a thing. That's speculation.
Is she the Jaw Titan?
I think she's the Jaw
Titan.
I
don't know what she is. Yeah, we don't know her specific like shifter name or whatever.
Yeah, but she's
she's something.
She had 3 Titans shook. They were all like, I'm not fighting her. At one point, Ymir was about to start throwing hands with Mikasa, and Historia was like, Ymir,
you'll die.
You'll dead.
Die.
So,
yo, that shit was so funny.
That was too funny. And so that happens. Then they're getting messed up. Reiner is not letting these people go. He's whipping Titans at them.
Yeah.
Like, Erwin got his arm chopped off. They're trying to reclaim Eren because he's a savior of the walls. And this dude, this is so much. I need you to speak about this because the Hans and you just do it so much better than me. Like, honestly.
Episode
Hans, 37. Hannes is
just brutal.
We really didn't talk about him that much, but he's a big part of this. He's the one who like saved Eren and Mikasa in episode 1.
Yeah.
And they have a whole scene about how he didn't want to fight the Titan because he didn't have courage for it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like he pretty much sets forth the motion of why Eren wants to fight. He's like, because you're weak. Like he's like, you don't have the strength for it. So pretty much Hannes talks to them. He's like, man, right before this fight, he's like, I just want to go back to the good old days with me, you, Armin, and Mikasa just chilling.
Yeah.
And then the Smiling Titan, which is the Titan that ate Eren's mother. So this plays a key role. So Smiling Titan ate Eren's mother, comes back in this scene, and is about to eat Mikasa and Eren.
Yeah.
Sam,
this is after Hannes fights the Smiling Titan. So Hannes has the biggest growth in this show, I think, because when we meet Hannes, he's part of he's part of the garrison.
Yeah,
and this motherfucker is a drunk. He's just a deadbeat soldier. He just chills, drinks, plays cards. Like he don't do shit. But after this shit happened, when he couldn't like save the mom, the man started growing. So now he finally, like, even before this, he makes the trip outside the walls with them. Like, he goes. Because, like, before, he would have never gone.
Yeah, never.
Now, he goes with them to try and save Eren. He goes. And then when they finally get Eren and he sees the Smiling Titan, he's happy, bro. Because he's like, I finally get to redeem myself for last time.
Yeah.
Bro, I got goosebumps thinking about it. I got goosebumps talking about it right now. It's so fucking good. Yeah. So he's happy. So like he's like, I'm gonna redeem myself. So he goes to fight the Smiling Titan and he's doing work. He's doing his best, but obviously it's not enough. She snatches him and she just chomps him down and he just dies. And it's brutal because like you get no chance to grieve, bro, for Hannes.
Zero.
You get no chance because shit is down bad right now. Like, she's pulling up on Mikasa and Eren, and there's all Titans around them.
Yeah.
Armin has one broken sword, holding John, swinging a Titan, walking to him. He's on the floor. They're about to die. And then it's just down bad. Yeah. So then this Smiling Titan comes through, like, gives a hand to, like, goes to, like, swat Eren, but not really. And Eren punches and touches the Titan, and he activates what they're all after, which is the coordinate or the founding Titan, which is the ability to control all other Titans.
And people, I think we're gonna find out.
Oh, and people. Well, yeah.
I think it's just the ability to control like everything.
To control shit, yeah.
Oh yeah, right now we just know it's control Titan.
Yeah. So he makes contact with the Smiling Titan and activates the coordinate, which in turn controls all the Titans. So he starts sending Titans at the Smiling Titan, and they just leave. They just all start walking to the Smiling Titan, and then that's it. They all escape. Yeah. But they don't know how, and we don't know how the fuck, well, we do know now, how the fuck this guy Eren did that. So the way this shit works is that to use the coordinate or the founding Titan, you have to have royal blood. And the reason why Eren in this moment was able to activate it was because the Smiling Titan is a royal blood Titan, which means she had royal blood. She was a royal before she turned to a Titan.
Yeah.
And side note, the Smiling Titan is also Eren's dad's first wife, which is another crazy fucking roundabout thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So that is just wild. So like that's what you need to know for like season 2. Pretty much that was the basic. Is a little recap is Bertolt's a Titan.
Yep.
Reiner's a Titan. Ymir's a Titan. We find out that there's another civilization, and we know that Eren is now has Titan powers, and he can control Titans, which is, as Sam said, he's got another power. Plus, we also know that there's other powers like hardening. You can do Titan hardening, so That's something you need to know. Next up is season 3, which was just like chock full of information. Once again,
crazy.
Yeah, and this one, honestly, I wanted to say this though. Weirdly enough, this one has so many answers.
Yeah,
but in terms of what you need to know for season 4, this one has like the least, because you don't need to know about like Kenny.
Nah, I don't. Not really.
Yeah, like you don't need to know about like the mutiny really, because like that really it was just like filling out the story to make it. Like, I don't think people need to know, like, oh, they had a mutiny and like Blank became the queen and History became the queen.
Yeah, I think they do because they had a fake king. So like, it's important. So like, you could just say that they had a fake king.
Yeah,
and so to try and like, obviously like get power from this fake king, they try and install Custodia, who is the true queen, because she has a true royal. She's from the true royal line. They want to install her as the queen, so they have a coup basically.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. I guess because then, like, also in this, you find out that the Reese family had Titans in the family already, and this is where you. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, you find out that Aaron's dad is not only he was a doctor, and he came from a different country, which is Marley, but he also had the Titan powers first, so he was also a Titan, and he's the one who gave Aaron the ability to become a Titan.
The shifter.
Mm-hmm. Yep, to be a shifter. You know that they're in the basement. There's some answers. He has answers in the basement. That's why Aaron has the key, so he has to go back and find this. Yeah, like you know that an injection is actually what changes someone. So we find out like this one you get a lot of answers, but I feel like it's like stuff that's super not as like important as like the first one. It's not like, oh, you need to know like Annie's a Titan. It's just like now we know how Titans get shifted,
get made. Yeah.
But like it doesn't change like that. Annie, like Reiner and Bertolt were still Titans.
Right.
But that's funny. Yeah. So what happened? So you know that they need shots to become Titans. You know that they come up with Thunder Spears because the Interior were hiding stuff from the general population.
Yeah.
So they use technology to build these spears to help beat Reiner. They beat Reiner. They start bop. So where do we want to start in this? Because this is a little all over, right? So like,
yeah. So okay. So let's just say so like they have a coup. They install Historia as a true queen, and that all happens. But after that happens, they make another excursion to plug the wall Maria in Aaron's hometown. So that's where they go now. But obviously, the Titans know that that's where they're gonna come, so they're there waiting. So the Beast Titan, Reiner, and Bertolt are waiting there.
Yep.
For them to come try and have the final showdown.
And we found out that Aaron ate a vial of armor and gained the power to put the crystal, like the diamond hardening. Yeah. So that's why they're going to close up the wall, because Aaron can use that power
to plug the wall. Yeah,
plug the wall because he saved the group when this cave was falling down. So like now Aaron has 3 powers, maybe 4. Maybe is it 4 or 3?
I think it's 3. I think it's the hardening, the regular attack Titan powers, and then the Founding Titan.
Okay, and then we know that we came up with all 7, right? The other day. So it's like, because we saw all of them. It's like Aaron has 3, right? And then Ymir and we'll just say Bertolt and Reiner. That's 5.
Yeah.
Ymir is 6.
The Beast
is 7.
There's 9, right?
And there's 9.
And then that's the card Titan, and then the one we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, there's the card Titan Annie, and there's one we haven't seen.
True. Yeah. There's one we haven't seen. Yeah.
So there's one Titan that we don't know anything about, but we know 8 of the 9.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So they're going to battle. They're like, we know we need to do this. Armin and Erwin have big brains, like always.
Yep.
They're in the wall, but they unleash this huge battle. Like insane
crazy battle.
and Levi murking everybody. This is the one thing that, like, this also gave you some information. So now you also learn in this one that as a Titan, you can transfer your consciousness to your body.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
So, like, you have, like, control or command of your nervous system because Levi literally cut Reiner's head almost clean off. He put the sword through his spine. And he was like, thankfully, I got time to transfer my consciousness to my body.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
It saved his life.
Crazy.
Yeah, craziness. So they get in this big battle. The Beast Titans smushing all units.
OD.
Yep, we
fought. Everybody throwing rocks, throwing giant boulders.
Yep,
and just destroying fleets of people. Crazy.
It was nuts. That being said, though, Levi gets to the Beast Titan, goes ham on him, bro. And that was the other thing, too. That was another scenario where it's like having a Titan shook. Both Reiner and Bertolt said to the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan is obviously like the chief of all of
the war chief.
Chief. And he goes, so what's the breakdown? Like who? And they're like, you only need to watch out for one person. And I don't know why he said one. He should have said two, because if Mikasa was up in there, he would have did
right.
He would have busted his ass too. Just saying, that's my girl. But yes, I agree. They said Levi's the only one you need to worry about. And as the Beast Titan was getting smushed, bro, crazy bad, he was like, is this Levi? Obviously, you know how bad you got to get your ass whooped to be thinking about the person? Like, oh, this must be him. Like, oh, yeah.
Bro, that shit's so funny.
Yeah, so Levi be putting the hands on this guy. The Beast Titan gets saved. They're trying to maintain the powers because now they know that you can, due to the Reese situation, the Historia situation, you know that by injecting someone and then eating them as a shifter, you can
able to get the showers, the shifter.
Yeah, you get the powers. So like now they're trying to, like, instead of killing them, they're trying to hold them and keep their powers.
Right.
Which it works for Bertolt, but doesn't work for Reiner. Reiner gets picked up and carried away. So they lose one of the powers. That was kind of dope, though. I liked how they did that, right? Like, now it's like it's a battle for the powers. Not
that's just lit.
Yeah, it just added that, like, dynamic. You're like, catch this motherfucker.
Facts. Don't kill, catch niggas. We can get that shit for us. For our team, bro. For our team.
Facts. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the it, right? Like, they get to
the basement. Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
the basement's fucking important.
I know the basement was in there. I was thinking, like, is that it for, like, the main? Oh
yeah,
point? Like,
that's it for the fight.
Like, we know the Beast Titan's a shifter, and the Beast Titan's a blonde-haired guy with glasses.
Yeah. We know he has some connection to Aaron's dad. Well, we know what the connection is after they find out what in the basement is. So
we think, right? We don't know.
We don't know for sure, but like I'm like 90%, 95% sure.
I'm pretty sure
that we know who the Beast Titan is.
Yeah.
Well, me and Dion's theory is that the Beast Titan is Aaron's dad's first kid. So Aaron's half brother.
Zeke, right?
Yeah, Zeke, yeah.
So, do you want to give the breakdown of the basement? Because that's the last part. Like, we find, like, they win the battle. Armin eats Bertolt.
Yeah.
Armin becomes the colossal Titan. Erwin dies, and all this other stuff comes about it, but it's like, this is what I mean, like, it's not really that important. Like, we're just like, Erwin just dies, and it's important for the story. So if you're gonna watch it, please go back and watch it. And, like, if you have any questions, remember, feel free to ask us. We'll chat with you and tell you why we think that it's, like, how it is. If you have any questions about a specific scene, or, like, if you have any specific questions that maybe we didn't cover. But yeah, Erwin dies. They decide to give the serum to Armin, and boom.
Yeah, Armin becomes awesome.
Yeah.
So after the whole battle, they finally go to this basement where all the answers are. And they find 3 books and a photograph. And what these books explain, it's the first one is a diary of Grisha Jaeger, which is Aaron's dad. Then it's another book on the civilization of Morley, and another book of, like, the history of Titans or whatever, something like that. So there's 3 books. And basically what these 3 books tell them is, 1, humanity outside the walls is not completely dead. They are all part of this race that's called the subjects of Ymir, which by the people who are outside, they're like the devil's spawn or whatever. This race of people in the walls. Mm-hmm. So what we learn is that there's another civilization, Marley, who have these Titan powers, and they send the people who are the subject of Ymir to paradise, which is their island, and it's like a penal punishment. So like if you do bad in this civilization and you're one of these subjects, they turn you into a Titan and they leave you on this island or whatever.
Yeah.
So now we know that our first thought was the Titans are enemies. But now we finally realize that, like, no, people are enemies. This nation of Marley are villain of the show. So that's like what we find out in the basement.
Yeah. And
fucking crazy.
It was wild, man. And yeah, so they go through the whole thing. So pretty much Grisha Yeager was a patriot trying to create a revolution up against the people of Marley. Owl was a member of that, and Owl was just like an informant. He ended up like killing way more people.
Yeah.
And then he transferred his power to Grisha Yeager. And like all this stuff happens, but pretty much every single Titan is connected.
Yeah.
By their Titan powers. According to the statement, they only live for 13 years once they become a Titan.
A shifter, yeah.
A shifter. So now they have 13 years. And Eren is going crazy because he's getting flooded with memories. He's learning people's things. You find out they're even connected on like a weird level because Owl. Remember when Owl said that when they were getting like shot? He goes, "You got to make sure you save Armin and Mikasa." And Eren he goes, "Who's that?" He goes, "I don't know. It's somebody's memories."
Yeah. So like all the Titans is like a hive mind. So like all of their memories flow through this path, and they all get connected to one point, which is the founding Titan. So like people can have memories from like time and space on this path doesn't exist. So like this guy Owl is seeing memories from Eren in the future through the path of the founding Titan. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's crazy that they can like see this, and like Eren has memories from his dad. So like they're able to get memories from the path despite space time, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that must suck for Eren, yo.
OD.
To have memories of his dad, like yo, it's like he gets he get all his memories, like he's got the memories of him, like
I don't know,
clapping
maybe.
Like, terrible.
Probably.
That's terrible, bro.
Terrible.
Just, like, just waking up, damn.
Fuck, man. That's rough. That is rough.
That's a rough life to live, bro. Yeah.
Too funny.
I felt bad for Mikasa because when she heard that, she lost weight in the thing because you could tell she
she was stressed.
Bro, she's like, both my mans are going to die in 13 years. And she's like
stuck.
Stuck, man. God, that's the worst. That's hard. That's hard for her. So final episode, season finale, cliffhanger, and we'll leave you at this. They finally they do it. They do the damn thing, and now they feel dumb powerful because Eren's holding it down. Like they don't have any issues. They get to where they send the people to paradise, and they finally see the ocean. So Armin and Eren and Mikasa, their dream was to always see the ocean.
Yeah.
They finally get to the ocean. Everybody's having like this child's moment where they're like enjoy, like they've seen something they've never seen before.
Yeah,
like,
even Levi has a face of awe that I've never seen him have, and he smiles.
Yeah, that was awesome. Don't touch that. And the only person who sadly is not having enjoyment is Eren, and he has like the best monologue ever. And they're like, I mean, we talk about it every time, but to shorten it, pretty much is Eren knows that no matter how happy they are at that moment, the real goal is crossing that sea to kill the people. Mm-hmm. So it's short-lived for him. It's not even lived. He's just like, we've just been killing, and like it was supposed to stop when we got here,
right?
But like now it doesn't.
Yeah.
And like, and it just hurt him, and it hurt Armin because like Armin was just so happy, and then he also was like, yeah, you're right. Like my friend is in like pretty much he's just in agony now because he's living all these memories all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Jeez. So they did it. They succeeded in defeating the Titans, but now there's just one more enemy.
Yeah. It's just more now, and they still got to fight Titans again. They still got to fight. Reiner's still alive. The Zeke Beast Titan's still alive. There's still a Titan we haven't even seen before.
Yeah.
So like, there's still job's not finished. Word to Kobe. Job's not finished.
So we don't know what's going on, but that's pretty much all you need to. I mean, that's a lot, but that's what you need to know. So recap: sure. Eren has 3 powers. Armin's a Titan. Annie Reiner's a Titan. They understand there's another civilization that's across the way. They made it. Now they have to go attack them to save them. They know how to create Titans. They know how Titans work a little bit more. They know that there's a founding Titan. They understand that subjects of Ymir are under the king that like escaped to like, control them.
Mm-hmm.
So now they just have one final battle.
Yeah. So,
and did Armin get upgraded to the commander?
I don't know. No, he's not the commander. Hanji is the commander.
Okay.
Because I know that before that he made her the commander.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I wonder if he made her the commander, or he said, or someone said you're going to command this. Yo, you can command a unit. So you became a commander of a unit, like
captain.
Hans.
Yeah, like Hans. Yeah.
So life is getting crazy, and it's just so much. Like that's what you need to know. What you need to know, and Historia is the queen, and they're making what's inside the wall proper.
Yep.
So, love is love, man.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait for season 4, bro. It's gonna pop off crazy.
Yeah. I can't wait either. What are you do you have anything to add to that, or is that pretty much
Nah, that's pretty much it. That seems like a good fucking crash course for sure.
I love the crash course, man. So with that being said, next episode is going to be the trailer breakdown.
Yes, sir.
And then we're on to
we're in it.
We're there.
Hell yeah.
Trailer breakdown. And as we say at the end of all of our shows, if you want to follow us, please follow us on any of our social media. We got the Dosyonkos. Follow us at Dosyonkos, or if you have any business inquiries, hit us up at Dosyonkos at gmail.com. Come through, show some love. If you have any questions or concerns, when you message us, please either message us in our Discord, hashtag Dosyonkos. That'll help us out greatly. If you're looking for any merchandise,
maybe. I'm not sure.
If there's something that you would prefer. And yeah, thank you for showing love, everybody. Easy.
Peace.
Next time on the Dosyonkos podcast, we will be discussing the season 4 trailer of Attack on Titan.